Welcome to the Entrepreneur Library TV. If you have challenges handling your money, in this video, we will look at what is the cause of it, what are the reasons behind that cause, and 7 baby steps for financial freedom. Let's begin. The cause. Once in a motivational seminar, Zig Ziglar shared a story on how mediocrity will sneak up on you. The story goes like this. If you drop a frog into a boiling water, he will sense the pain and immediately jump out. However, if you put a frog in a room temperature water, he will swim around happily, and as you gradually turn the water up to the boiling, the frog will not sense the change. The frog is lured to his death by gradual change. We lose our health, our fitness, our wealth gradually, one day at a time. Personal finance is 80% behavior and only 20% head knowledge. The reasons. John Maxwell tells of a study done on monkeys. A group of monkeys were locked in a room with a pole at the center. Some luscious ripe bananas were placed on top of the pole. When a monkey would begin to climb the pole, the experimenters would knock him off with a blast of water from a fire hose. Each time a monkey would climb, off he would go until all the monkeys had been knocked off repeatedly, thus learning that the climb was hopeless. The experimenters then observed that the other primates would pull down any monkey trying to climb. They replaced a single monkey with one who didn't know the system. As soon as the new guy tried to climb, the other would pull him down and punish him for trying. One by one, each monkey was replaced, and the scene repeated until there were no monkeys left in the room that had experienced the fire hose. Still, none of the new guys were allowed to climb. The other monkeys pulled them down. Not one monkey in the room knew why, but none were allowed to get the bananas. We aren't monkeys, but sometimes we exhibit behavior that seem rather chimp-like. We don't even remember why. We just know that debt is needed to win. Let's look at some myths and truths about debt. Myth: debt is a tool and should be used to create prosperity. Truth: debt adds considerable risk, most often doesn't bring prosperity, and isn't used by wealthy people nearly as much as we are led to believe. The Forbes 400 is a list of richest 400 people in America as rated by Forbes magazine. When surveyed, 75% of the Forbes 400 said the best way to build wealth is to become and stay debt-free. Henry Ford thought debt was a lazy man's method to purchase items. Myth: car payments are a way of life. You'll always have one. Truth: staying away from car payments by driving reliable used cars is what the average millionaire does. That is how he or she became a millionaire. The Federal Reserve notes that the average car payment is $495 over 64 months. Most people get a car payment and keep it through their lives. As soon as a car is paid off, they get another payment because they need a new car. If you invested $495 per month from age 25 to 65 in the average mutual fund averaging 12%, you would have $5,881,799.14. A new car also loses 60% of its value in the first 4 years. A $28,000 car will lose about $17,000 of value in the first 4 years you own. That is $100 per week in lost value. Myth: a credit card will build your credit, and you can use someone else's money for free by paying within the due date. Truth: you don't use credit with your Total Money Makeover, except maybe for a mortgage, and you don't need a credit card for that. Yes, you will need to build a credit by borrowing and repaying debt in timely fashion if you want to live a life of credit cards, student loans, and car payments. The millionaires don't. A study of credit card use at McDonald's found that people spent 47% more when using credit card instead of cash. Myth: debt consolidation saves interest and you have one smaller payment. Truth: debt consolidation is dangerous because you treat only the symptom. Debt consolidation, it's nothing more than con because you think you have done something about the debt problem. The debt is still there, as are the habits that caused it. Myth: gold is a good investment and will cover me if the economy collapses. Truth: gold has a poor track record and isn't used when an economy collapses. The truth is that gold is a lousy investment with a track record of mediocrity. The average rates of return tracked as far back as Napoleon are around 2% gain per year. In recent history, gold has a 50-year track record of around 4.4%, about the same as inflation and just above savings account. Myth: I don't have time to work on a budget. Truth: you don't have time not to. A budget is people telling their money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Myth: I can't afford insurance. Truth: some insurance you can't afford to be without. Auto and homeowner insurance. Choose higher deductibles in order to save on premiums. With high liability limits, these are the best buys in the insurance world. Life insurance. Purchase 20-year level term insurance equal to about 10 times your income. Term insurance is cheap and only way to go. Never use life insurance as a place to save money. Health insurance. The number one cause of bankruptcy today is medical bills. Number two is credit cards. One way to control costs is to look for large deductibles to lower your premium. Two more reasons. Ignorance. No one is born financially smart. Ignorance is not a lack of intelligence. It is lack of know-how. No one is born with the knowledge of how to drive a car. We are taught the skill. Likewise, no one is born with the knowledge of how to handle money. But we aren't taught that. You do need to read something about money at least once a year. You should occasionally attend a seminar about money. Keeping up with the Joneses. One of the paradoxically dumb things we do is to destroy our finances by buying garbage we can't afford, to try to make ourselves appear wealthy to others. To wish for admiration of others is normal. The problem is that this admiration can become a drug. Many of you are addicted to this drug, and the destruction to your wealth and financial well-being caused by your addiction is huge. 7 baby steps for financial freedom. Before we discuss these steps, you must set up a budget, a written budget, every month. Don't try to have a perfect budget for the perfect month, because we never have those. Spend every dollar on paper before the month begins. Baby step 1. Save $1,000 cash as a starter emergency fund. 78% of us will have a minor negative event in a given 10-year period of time. The job may get downsized, right-sized, reorganized, or you just got fired. Car blow-ups and things like that. Now, obviously, $1,000 isn't going to catch all these big things, but it will catch the little ones until the emergency fund is fully funded. If you have a household income under $20,000 per year, use $500 for your beginner fund. You can put it in the bank savings account. Remember, this is only for emergencies, not for vacations, buying things, or festivals. Baby step 2. Start the debt snowball. List all the debts except your home from smallest to largest. Pay the minimum payment to stay current on all the debts except the smallest. Every dollar you can find from anywhere in your budget goes towards the smallest debt until it is paid. Once the smallest is paid, the payment from the debt plus any extra found money is added to the next smallest debt. Then when the debt number 2 is paid off, you take the money that you used to pay number 1 and number 2 and you pay it, plus any found money on number 3. When 3 is paid, you attack 4 and so on. The reason we list smallest to largest is to have some quick wins. This is the behavior modification. Sometimes your debt snowball won't roll. When some people do their budget, there is barely enough to make all the minimum payments and nothing extra to pay the smallest. One way to get some money is to sell something at a garage sale. Sell a seldom used item on the internet or sell a precious item through classifieds. I don't recommend selling your home unless you have payments above 45% of your monthly take-home pay. Usually, the home isn't the problem. I do recommend that most people sell the car with the most debt on it. A good rule of thumb on selling items, that is, except the house. If you can't be debt-free on it in 18 to 20 months, sell it. Another way is to work extra hours to increase income in order to increase the speed of debt repayment. Baby step 3. Finish the emergency fund. You start the emergency fund with $1,000, but a fully funded emergency fund will usually range from $5,000 to $25,000, which can cover 3 to 6 months of expenses. You don't want to invest the emergency fund. Just have it someplace safe and easy to get to. Another thing is, don't move into home ownership when you are in debt and have no emergency fund. I have known many stressed out young couples who rushed to buy something before they were ready. A home is a blessing. Don't make it into a curse. Baby step 4. Remember, when you reach this step, you don't have any payments but a house payment and you have 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in savings. The rule of the step is simple. Invest 15% of before tax gross income annually toward retirement. The invested 15% of your income should take advantage of all the matching and tax advantages available for you. It is never too late to start investing for your retirement. Start where you are because that is the only option. Ask anyone over 40 will tell you how important it is to invest. Baby step 5. Save for college. Student loans are cancer. Once you have them, you can't get rid of them. Sadly, most people graduating from college right now are deeply in debt before they start their careers. If you save aggressively, your child will not be one of them. If you have only a couple of years left and not able to save, plan your child attending somewhere that is cheaper. Living on campus and eating the cafeteria food should be fine. Knowledge is what you are after, not a pedigree. You must get creative and resourceful. Have your children think of companies that might be looking to hire someone with the degree they want. Have them ask the companies to pay their way through school while they work for them. My most favorite method is this: scholarship. There are hundreds and millions of dollars in scholarships given out every year. These are of small to medium-sized dollar amount from organizations like community clubs. Some of these scholarships are based on race or sex or religion. Baby step 6. Pay off your home mortgage. Every dollar in your budget that you can find above living, retirement, and college should be used to make extra payments to your home. Attack the home mortgage intensely. It is not wise to keep your home mortgage to get the tax deduction. Let's say you have a home with a payment of around $900 and the interest portion is $830 per month. You have paid around $10,000 in interest that year. According to this, we should send $10,000 interest to the bank so we don't have to send $3,000 in taxes. Take out that 30-year mortgage and pay it like a 15-year. If something goes wrong, you have wiggle room and something will go wrong. 30-year mortgage is for people who enjoy slavery. If you must take out a mortgage, pretend only 15-year mortgages exist. Baby step 7. Build wealth. After years of research on the subject of money, I can only find 3 good uses for money. Money is good for fun. Money is good to invest. Money is good to give. The kid in us likes the fun. He wants ice cream, watches, car, etc. The grown-up inside us likes the investing of money because that is the part of what makes you wealthy. The most mature part of who you are wants to give it away. The Bible states that pure religion is actually helping the poor, not theorizing over why they are poor. If you think that this video will help you, please share it with others. Also, if you want to watch more book summary videos, please subscribe to the channel Entrepreneur Library TV. Thank you very much.